Hey Libra, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for the second week of August, the 9th through the 15th. We're going to jump right in, see what's going on with you guys. I hope you're doing well, Libra. I'm going to lay all your cards out first. We'll go over everything and then we'll clarify, get to the bottom of whatever needs to be gotten to the bottom of. All right, Libra. This week you have the Hangman. In the recent past, the Tower. In your current situation, the Emperor, that's Aries. You have Aries, Scorpio, Pisces, and Scorpio again. You have Death in the immediate future. You have all major arcana so far, Libra. The person in your energy, you have the 10 of Pentacles, what you don't see coming from the bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands, and your advice, 6 of Swords. So, Libra, here's what's going on. You have the Hangman for your challenge in your situation this week. The Hangman talks about feeling stuck. It talks about kind of withdrawing your energy a bit, going away to get a different perspective. It's not stagnancy in the sense of you're not focusing on something, you're not doing anything about it, but it is an energy of, I'm not sure what to do about it, so I'm going to have to go figure that out first. In the recent past, you have the Tower. This is sudden change. This is something that happened very quickly that you didn't see coming. This is a shock. This is can often talk about something kind of like burning down to the ground and you having to rebuild in its ashes. I don't know what that is. Like I said, we'll clarify and we'll get to that. We'll figure it all out. Right now, currently, you have the Emperor. The Emperor is somebody who is wearing armor. This is somebody who has built walls around their heart, who's constructed boundaries in place to protect themselves and to protect the people that they love. It's also a card that talks about power and control. As far as in the immediate future, you have Death. That's having to end something so something else can be born in its place. It's a transformation of some sort. It is it's kind of like you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. In your energy, you have the 10 of Pentacles. This is security, stability, building a legacy for yourself. It's a family, it's hierarchy, it's patriarchy, it's all the things that are associated with long-term, successful, familial things. In what you don't see coming, you have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's very passionate, super confident. This is Sagittarius energy. It's somebody who is irresistible to others and kind of seen as like cool as a cucumber. Your advice this week is the 6 of Swords that talks about moving on to calmer waters, going somewhere where you feel at peace. So let's start with the Hangman for your challenge this week. The Hangman is coming to a dead end with something. It's looking at something and saying, something has to change. I don't know how. I've come to this dead end. I can't turn back around. I can't go forward. What am I going to do? The Hangman is clarified with the World, the 8 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. Yeah, I'm getting a sense that you know, there's some regrets here. There's a little bit of like looking at the past and feeling sad. The 5 of Cups is this kind of a feeling of like, I can't move on. It's grief. It's a lot of regret over something. And it's wanting something to come back that's gone, but it's not fully gone. And that's the key point here. So the 5 of Cups, there's 3 cups that are knocked over. That's your spilled milk. And then there are 2 that are still standing. But this guy is only looking at these ones over here. And he's sad and he's feeling like he should have done something about this. And how could I have let this happen? But what he doesn't realize is if he just turns around, there's still 2 cups standing. There's still hope here. So you have that with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is feeling like you dug your own grave a little bit. It's feeling trapped. It's feeling like you know that you're stuck, but you don't know how to get out of it because you're blindfolded. That with the Hangman is feeling very trapped. It's a sense of like something has, with the world here, something's come to an end. I know that something's coming in its place. I know that I'm hitting the reset button somehow in the situation, but I don't see how that's ever going to happen. I know that it's going to happen. I know I'm going to recover from this. I know I'm going to come out of the other side of this, but I can't see how at all. And it's being stuck in a lot of pain. And that's because in the recent past, you have the Tower. The Tower's sudden change. It's having the rug pulled out from under you. It's feeling blindsided. It is, it's a shock. It's a huge shock. It's a shock to your nervous system even. Like it's one of those shocks where like you can't eat for days. That's clarified with the Hermit, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Yeah, the Eight of Wands is also rapid. So it's like something happened here very quickly. You didn't see it coming with the Hermit. And I'm wondering with the Knight of Wands if it has to do with, finding out that somebody was doing something on the side a little bit. The Knight of Wands is very passionate, quick, fast, impulsive energy. Yeah, it could be a little bit reckless, a little bit self-serving. But whatever this is, you have the Hermit here, and the Hermit is withdrawn. The Hermit is not focusing on the outside world. They're focusing on their internal state. They're trying to find some sort of wisdom from within. So if you're not focused on what's happening around you and something suddenly happens and it's like, whoa, what just happened? It's like you're not able to really see it because your focus was elsewhere in some way, is what I'm getting. Currently, the Emperor is a boss. The Emperor takes control. The Emperor sets boundaries. The Emperor can talk about power struggles a little bit, but also turning chaos into order. So the Tower is chaos, essentially, in the recent past. And now here in the present moment, you're trying to put some order to it. That's clarified with the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and Justice. Yeah, this is justice for you. Something's happened here, and you're trying to like figure it all out, balance it out, put your foot down, and say like, you're not putting up with this. There's nothing about you putting up with anything that's nefarious here whatsoever. Justice is like what comes around goes around. If somebody did something that hurt you in some way, you're having them face the music here. You are calling them out. You're wanting the truth. Queen of Swords and Justice is getting the truth, and it's firm, and it could be a little intimidating for whoever's on the other side of this. Let's look at death in the immediate future. This is an ending of some sort, but it's also an acceptance of the inevitable. It's this death in this situation is like when somebody does this wrong, there are no second chances. It's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you. It's all shame on you. I'm not here for it. Let's clarify with Strength. That's Leo. The Hangman again, Pisces energy, and the Seven of Cups. I see you just being very strong here and saying like, I don't accept that kind of treatment. I don't allow people to behave that way towards me. I will completely withdraw myself from any situation where I'm being disrespected or somebody's treating somebody that I love poorly. Like, you're just cut out. This is a very much like, I've slammed the door in your face and I'm never opening it again energy. And it can feel like very powerful. Doing something like that, when you, this is like going no contact. This is erasing yourself from somebody else's life, not to punish them, but to protect yourself. And to like tell the universe, this is how I want to be treated. And if not, then you don't have access to me. Libra, the energy surrounding you is the Ten of Pentacles. That's clarified with the Five of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Devil. I'm getting the sense that this was like a very serious relationship, a very serious person to you. It doesn't have to be romantic necessarily. It could be like, a work situation, someplace that you've worked for 15, 20 years, where all of a sudden, like, they brought somebody in to replace you without telling you or without warning. It could be anything. But with the Five of Swords here, it was unfair. It was a very one-sided situation where, I'm really getting the sense here that you were taken advantage of in some way. And I'm not saying that as like you're somebody who can be taken advantage of. I'm saying that like somebody here was very malicious, and I'm going to say the N word, very narcissistic. And it's, creating a lot of conflict. This is somebody who is a high conflict individual and only looking out for themselves, very self-interested. With the Five of Swords and the Devil here, you have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. This is like a very serious situation. This is like somebody who you lived with. This is somebody who you built a family with. This is somebody who there was once a lot of like unconditional understanding towards. What you don't see coming is the Queen of Wands. That's clarified with the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the King of Cups. So what you don't see coming, you have a king and a queen and the Hierophant. That's a marriage. I don't I don't know how we get here from where we are, but that's what you don't see coming. This is really saying when we feel betrayed, which is really what I'm getting a sense of here. There's a betrayal here. When we feel betrayed, it's very easy to go into that place of, I will never love again. I will never find a job like that again. I will never have a friend like that again. The world, it's over for me. That was it for me, and it's over. What this is saying is what you don't see coming is it's certainly not over for you. You have the Three of Pentacles. That's collaboration. That's working together with somebody. That's being cooperative. That's feeling like you have people that you can rely on. And then the king of Cups and the Queen of Wands. The King and Queen of Wands and Cups, those are the two lovers in the deck. Those are the compassionate, the loving, the empathetic, the fun, the attractive court cards. And the Hierophant is commitment. So if this is a job situation, you're going to find a job where you feel like, where you get a promotion, where you get a higher level and higher pay. If this is a relationship, you're finding someone who you find like completely irresistible, who you can't take your eyes off of, who's completely committed to you. The advice is the Six of Swords. That's moving on to calmer waters. That's getting yourself to a better place. It's a little bit of feeling uprooted, but it's also picking up the pieces and going somewhere where you are supported and loved, and you look back and you say, like, I can't believe I stayed in those choppy waters for so long. That's clarified with the Two of Pentacles the High Priestess, and the Five of Wands. I don't see this as being necessarily easy. None of this looks easy, but I see that you have a lot of stamina for it, that you are up for it. I think there's going to probably be a period where you kind of go internal and you try to get to the bottom of like your spiritual side almost through this. The High Priestess is somebody who goes within and finds the wisdom from within in an intuitive way, and it's somebody who trusts their intuition, who's able to in the future turn to that intuition and know things that are kind of unknowable to the outside world. So your advice here is to move on to somewhere that's going to bring you a lot of peace. And I'm not saying your advice is to find this. I'm saying once just putting the steps in motion to get yourself to a calmer, cooler place will facilitate this. So Libra, that's what I have for you this week. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye.